play it, please. So, it's come to my attention that the Pokemon Company has the, has ruined something yet again. So, I didn't notice this earlier, like a day after the direct. Like, I was so caught up on Metroid Prime 4, the Pokemon farming game, and other things. And as I make my video on TikTok, that I do not like how they just announce DLC before the game comes out, which I'll talk about that in a bit. But the main reason I started making this video in the first place was that I found out Mega Pokemon locked behind online subscription. Really, Pokemon Company? Like, you have all the money of the world. Instead of you're actually trying to make this game good, and then you just put your greedy paws on it. Like, you need the money. The thing is, you have so millions and millions of consumers that will buy into it, that you will get away with this. But I'm not supporting it. I will gladly buy this game used now. So let's talk. First, what I mentioned, the Mega Evolutions being locked behind a paywall. Why? Why can't we just get them through the game? It's one thing when you guys were giving codes for a specific Pokemon, like Shiny Greninja, where you go to the store and you will be able to get it. That is one thing. That's not like locked behind any paywall. They gave it to you for free, and you were good. You were good to go. But now you do these stuff in a game that actually is changing the formula for the better on Pokemon, and then you just have to tarnish it because of your greed. This is why I can't associate myself with the rest of the Pokemon community. I still like a lot of other Pokemon content creators, but I cannot have I can't have the same thought process if they have the same thought process of supporting this, because this sucks a lot. The Pokemon community is 90% full of consumers that just take anything related to Pokemon without any repercussions, without any thinking of what it affects of future games and all that. It's just it's annoying when you love a franchise so much, and then the company is just doing these things that's just, oh my god, man. I will gladly buy this used. I don't care if I'm paying more. Seriously. I'm not giving my money up to Game Freak, to the Pokemon Company. And the DLC, I'll gladly miss out. I don't care. The best Pokemon stories they've been shown is through Mystery Dungeon and Pokemon Colosseum. I won't be missing much. Mega Raichu, I'll get into that. I'm just getting sidetracked a bit, but the Mega Evolutions of these Pokemon, the Mega Greninja, Mega Delphox, and Chestnut, they're not even that good. They're not even that good. I think Chestnut would be, I guess, looking a little cool, because it looks like a leader, but in Delphox, I guess, but it's not something I would have to pay subscription for and then participate in online rank. What if I don't like online rank? What if I just play casual just for the fun of it? Not trying to be sweaty at this. Like, maybe you'll get it like, each season if you participate into a rank battle once, but still, I would have to pay online to get that. That is so dumb. Really. Mega Delphox and Mega Chestnut, they're okay at best, and Mega Greninja, it is so lazy, the design. I love Greninja. When they showed Ash Greninja in the show a few years back, that was epic. They made that Pokemon, that event, that transformation with him, it was so epic. It's so cool that Ash Greninja is in Smash Brothers as a final smash. Like, and then the Mega Evolution, just a water mask. That's it, really, and a giant shuriken, I guess. What happened to the design there? It clearly running out of ideas. Clearly. Now to the other part. Mega Pikachu, Mega Raichu thing. Paid DLC before the game comes out. You know what that tells me? It just gives me memories of how Activision did things, how EA did things, and they were all stuff that were in the game, but they were locked behind a paywall. And once you pay that stuff, instead of it just being there in the full game, you're paying extra. So for the Switch 2 people, for the higher resolution, higher frame rate, you're probably paying $90. For the Switch 1 people, I guess $70 to $80, depending how much this expansion will cost. But knowing how Pokemon Company's greed is, this will be a $20 expansion. Maybe not, but still, I'm not gonna pay for that. Like, let the game launch first, and then announce DLC for it. Some silly goose on TikTok was highlighting at me when Breath of the Wild did the same thing and no one batted an eye. Newsflash, it's the Pokemon Company and Game Freak. They are inadequate people on game making, and they're greedy as heck. So maybe that's why no one batted an eye. Because Zelda, Enuma does well for the most part. Tears of the Kingdom is like, but for the most part, Zelda games are high quality. So maybe that's why no one batted an eye. But with Pokemon Company, they've been so bad for almost 2 decades. After, people would say after Black and White, that quality was just starting going down. So when did that game come out? Yeah, almost 20 years ago. And they just refused to, or in one case, they refused to change the formula because it was too scary, the money wouldn't come in. And when Legends was announced, they didn't even have full confidence on it because they were making Diamond and Pearl remake just to have like a safety net in case Legend fails, which it didn't. It was a good, refreshing game. The quality wasn't there, but the gameplay was. And if it had voice acting, it would have been such a great Pokemon game. Because you can have so much time just roaming around and catching Pokemon, and the fight is not even the same. It was so refreshing. It did well. And now with ZA evolving that gameplay style a bit more, how I was saying with they should implement stuff like Xenoblade and stuff, and the combat, and then they're doing that with the improved stuff of roaming around, catching Pokemon, not engaging in battles like that. So they were doing good, and then they just had to ruin it by being greedy. It sucks to be a Pokemon fan. At least it sucks to be a Pokemon fan who sees these things, wants the franchise to do better, but consumers, the community who are consumers, the community who are consumers, they don't bat an eye on buying these things and defending them. I can't. I really can't. I would be getting this game used, and if the DLC ends up being $10, $15, $20, I'm still not getting it. I'll watch it on YouTube. If someone has it, some of my friends have that DLC by some reason, I don't think so, I'll probably just play it on their console, but I won't be missing out. Speaking of missing out, or at least not missing out, Digimon Story Time Stranger looks a lot better right now. Like, it was looking good, but after what is the Pokemon Company doing with ZA, it's looking a lot better right now. It's a shame that's not on Switch 1 or on PS4. I would have to get a new console for it or fix my PC. But I'll gladly wait, because that looks like a quality game with not scummy moves, not scummy strategies to get more money out of the customer. Like, you suck, Pokemon Company, Game Freak, really. I cannot love this franchise completely because you do these things. I really can't. And with the whole Pokemon farming game, whatever it is, you use Ditto. If that does well, you bet that a future sequel they'll have so many greedy stuff behind a paywall. It sucks. I wanted a Pokemon farming game for so long, and I see what they're doing with ZA, and if a lot of people talk about the Pokemon farming game, they will put stuff behind a paywall as well. Like, it really sucks. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about this. I'm very annoyed that the game I was anticipating to play the next month, I'll have to just wait a little while longer. Someone who did not like it and just sold it. It really sucks, man. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you did, let me know in the comments if you feel the same way. And if you think otherwise, please do logical stuff. Don't be like that guy I mentioned on Twitter, mentioning silly stuff about comparing how Breath of the Wild did this also, but the quality that team actually cares about their franchise. It's questionable right now because Tears of the Kingdom was but for the most part, they can make a few mistakes here and there. But the Game Freak, they've been making, and the Pokemon Company, they've been making mistakes for years. They don't get a pass at all. Like, make something actually logical with facts here and there in articles. Anyway, enough babbling. I think I'm done. Support Digimon Story Time Stranger, y'all. If you really want a monster catching game, go check that out. It's on PS5, it's on PC, probably on new consoles. Maybe it will come to Switch too. I hope it will come to Switch too. But if I get my PC fix, I'll most likely play that on PC. Anyway, take care, y'all. Bye.